This is Tom Cloud with this week's Precious Metals Market Update. I want to answer a couple questions that have been emailed to me. You got to excuse my voice today. I'm coming off a small cold. But first of all, we continue to have most questions, especially from our wealthiest clients, about what's going to happen in Europe in March and April. Now, all we know is like looking when Clinton and Trump were running for president, you knew what each one of them stood for. So you look over in the Netherlands, and you see the election coming up in a month, and you look at a pro-Trump type candidate that could also exit the European Union just like Britain did, voted. So if they vote for him, then of course it doesn't immediately happen, but it goes that way. So if you have that, and then a month later, you have the election in April in France, and Miss Pen is leading, and certainly these are people that are want to change immigration policy to make it more like what the United States is doing and quit letting non-vetted people in from certain countries. And certainly all that weighs on an economy. But if they were to come out of the Euro and the European Union, meaning Netherlands and France, I think you pretty much would see all that collapse. And then you'd be looking at a situation where gold is where you would want your money, because it would send ripples through equity markets worldwide. I'm not saying they collapse, but certainly it would not be good for the U.S. stock market or any other stock market there in the short term. So you've got to look at this and realize also, in my world, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, the industrial metals could have a problem. We've seen a lot of our clients moving out of palladium because they've had a big jump in it. It's up near $800 per ounce, and they're liquidating out, thinking that it could hurt the car industry if the euro went into a tailspin in the world market. And it was deflationary pressures and recession pressures. So you would see these industrial metals, which would also touch silver, where silver looks like it's going to hyperinflate, because that's what most people think would happen. After the initial drop of palladium, possibly a little bit in silver, stock market worldwide, then these countries would then go back to their own currency. Just imagine what Italy would do, the problems they're having if they went back to printing money like they were back in the late 90s, and you saw 600-700% a year inflation in the lira and what was going on in Italy. So you look at all this and you say, where do you want to be? I'll still say you want to be in gold for sure. And then when they start reinflating, that's when you're going to see silver take its huge jump. But that could be several month delay behind it. Or if they move quickly, you could see silver explode immediately. So there is no fixed answer. I can't play out for you the way it's going to play out. We can talk about it, but in reality, until we see what banks do and where the banks are buying, we know right now from our Asian contacts in Singapore, central banks are buying gold like it's going out of style. They're causing shortages of physical gold over there, while the consumer sits and waits and watches what is going to happen. So that's pretty much it for right now. You got to either try to assume who's going to win and what it's going to do, and whether they're going, Netherlands and France are going to leave the euro, whether it's going to break down, will they hyperinflate. And then where it comes to us, second question that I was asked over the weekend in Trump's press conference, he made the statement he wanted to level the playing fields of all currencies soon. What does this mean? I don't know exactly what it means, but he's not going to let the Chinese continue to devalue their currency to sell more goods in the world market and watch the dollar goes up. Remember, Trump made his fortune in borrowed money and bankruptcies. He doesn't mind all that coming because he has a plan and he moves that way long term. But certainly we're all concerned about if he lowers the playing field, levels the playing field for currencies, then the dollar is going to drop, and once again gold is going to go through the roof, as we know it is anyway, because the only thing in this whole world deal that's real money is gold. Paper, you've got stock certificates, promises to pay IOUs, commercial paper, all this, but it's paper. It is paper. It's not real money that we had from the book of Genesis till 1972. That money has a history of 6,000 years of being gold. Nothing else is money. Nothing else is real. Everything else is printed. Fiat currency, money by decree. So I can't puncture enough for you to puncture your balloon and bubble that you need a percentage in gold is your number one hedge. But where these other things are going to play out, we're going to see what Trump means by leveling the playing field in currencies in the near future. So everything's not as rosy as it looks. The stock market, certainly with policies of tax change, could be good, and I'm definitely in the stock market. Everyone should be in the stock market with part, but you got to realize every day it goes higher, it's a bigger risk of a bubble. So just be aware of it. You're following Jerry's material. Jerry does an incredible job of keeping you in a red light, green light, yellow light mode on your investments, both in currency, gold and silver, and all kinds of stock market indices. So hopefully we answer the two most pressing new questions this week. If you need to talk to us, you can reach us at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. And if you don't have a precious metals self-directed IRA, we can help you get a custodian and walk you through that process. We would function as your representative-broker. We would talk about what percentages in gold, what percentages in silver, and walk through that with you. So feel free to call, and you'll get Dan or Kathleen or myself. We can walk you through that. And certainly you already know that we have the best storage prices in the world. You can now store in Delaware, Toronto, Canada, Singapore, Cayman Islands, or Wellington, New Zealand. We've got special low rates. We take nothing for setting you up in these programs, which gives you the lowest storage rates available. So if you need to discuss those rates, give us a call. Until next week, this is Tom Cloud signing out.